Hello there guys, Feng here, and welcome to The Withering. Okie dokie then, so The Withering is a post-apocalyptic survival management game. It's very similar to that of Fort Zombie. Now, for those of you that don't know what Fort Zombie is, it is sort of the same kind of game. It is a management third-person action RPG game. But the idea with that game was you had to fortify a building up, and you only had a week to do it. And in that week, you had to try and gather as much resources as possible, as many weapons, as many stuff to fight off the zombies at the end. It was actually a really cool concept, really cool game, but the problem was it got kind of abandoned by the devs. They did do some bug fixing, but obviously optimizations were not there, and it did feel kind of broke, which was really unfortunate. So this game is currently in early access, and so far I've really enjoyed my time with it. This particular version is 1.0.11.11f, and already this is showing to have a lot of potential, even more so than Fort Zombie. There are some slight differences. It doesn't yet have procedural generation, world generation. I've actually had a word with the devs about this on Steam, and they're not 100% whether they're actually going to do procedural generation yet, but zombie locations and item locations and whatnot are randomly generated, so that's pretty cool anyway. So at least it's not going to be the same experience every time, which is something that State of Decay kind of had. I mean, once you've played through that once, you don't really tend to play it again because, you know, nothing, you know, you knew exactly where everything was, which is really unfortunate. Okay, so let's actually crack on with some of the options. So, as you can see, we have audio options. Thank you for the separate audio options, by the way, devs. This is great because the last few early access titles I've been playing, there's been no choice whatsoever, and if there has been a choice, it's just been one generic audio volume. The music is really good for this game, by the way. It's actually kind of soothing, but it's YouTube, isn't it? YouTube doesn't like music, so we've took that off for the time being. Of course, we've got sound effects on. Video. Now, there is one kind of thing I have with the game at the moment, is that some areas, it tanks my 7970 so hard, and it's unbearable. I mean, it tanks it down to 10 FPS. I think it's when you look at smoke particles. But so yeah, that's the reason why it's currently on low at the moment, which is really unfortunate. But you know, graphics aren't everything. I've been saying that for ages. This is someone who plays bloody ASCII games, you know, with ASCII characters, so it doesn't bother me as much. The controls are a bit wonky when you first start. It's WAS to move when you're doing the third person real-time action parts. Q is crouch, E is jump, F is interact, and the melee has kind of a separate system. You have to like enter a melee stance by pressing middle click, and then you can actually go ahead and melee stuff. It's a bit weird. I've got used to it though, but you can configure it, so that's fine. You can actually key map those, that's fantastic. There's no gameplay things to choose from yet, so yeah. Okay, so the first we're going to need to do is create our leader. So let's go ahead and do that. Okay, so let's create a leader. Currently there's not too much customization, but that's to be expected. Again, early access, it's not finished, it hasn't got all the features in. There's going to be bugs and glitches, it's as simple as that. Okay, so we've got 5 points left, so there is some RPG elements to it. Strength determines which damage you do in melee. Endurance determines how long you can sprint for before you run out of stamina. And agility determines how accurate you are with ranged weaponry. So, we're going to go ahead and have even Stevens and then put one more in endurance and strength. You'll probably be meleeing a lot during the early game, since you won't have access to ranged weapons to start off with. Okay, I'll go ahead and pick this portrait as well. Let's create. Fantastic. Okie dokie then. Let's crack on to camp. I'm going to go ahead and actually abandon that one. That was just a test one, just to get the volume and stuff right. Okay. So here's where you'll probably spend around about 30%, 50% of your time in the management screen. So let's actually talk about this. So the aim of the game really is to try and build up your settlement. You do this via stuff like scavenging, going out into doing the third person real time action bits and scavenging. And yeah, let's talk about the UI. Okay, so this is your population. The first number is how much your current population is. That's how much idle population you have, and that's how much max population you can hold. Then you got basically these 7 here. These are your major resources, and these are used for quite a lot of things. Food is used to keep you alive. Meds used for when you get sick. All the other ones are used when you need to build stuff or when you need to use the radio and etc. etc. Okay, so this is your status tab. This tells you what your camp status is. As you can see, our camp level is 50% at the moment. Apparently we're demoralised, not 100% sure why. But as you can see, it tells you how much labour you have per idle survivor, and how much food we're consuming, etc., etc. Report. This tells you what went on last turn. The management thing is turn based, and there's 4 turns in a day. So we'll be looking at this when we do stuff. Roster. So as you can see, this is our leader. This is the person you can actually go ahead and deploy and do the real time scavenging with. We've got our details here. Here you can actually train your stats. You need 1,000 experience points to train each stat. It doesn't increase over, so you can, as long as you got 1,000 experience points, you can increase any of them. So that's cool. The only way to gain experience currently is to kill Zeds. So there is an incentive of killing Zeds. So bear that in mind. I'm kind of hoping they increase ways to get experience points differently, because not everyone is going to want to just kill Zeds. So yeah. Okay, now we've got our equip. This is the inventory. So this is our storage. This is our camp storage. As you can see, we don't have many slots. We've only got 10 slots. This is our leader inventory, which is the person you are going to take out to scavenge. We have a slot for primary weapons, slot for secondary, slot for melee, and a slot for the backpack. This is also your clothes. I haven't actually come across any clothes yet in my time playing, so I don't know if you can actually get them or if they even implemented yet. I think they are. We'll see. Deployed. This is the button you want to press if you want to go and smash some zombies' heads in. We'll do that a bit later. Events. As you progress in the game, you'll get certain events. Stuff like, say, you found some powered tools. You get more idle production this turn. You found some people, etc., etc. Pretty important. Good to keep an eye on it. This is your storage. There's a lot of depth to the game already in terms of items and tiered items and what each item does and what you need. So that's kind of cool. So as you can see, this is our general storage. We can go ahead and increase the tier, and as you can see, we got stuff like Kevlar, basic med packs, tier 3s, all tools and crossbow frames, etc., etc. Pretty cool, pretty cool. No doubt more stuff will be added as the game goes on. Okay, equipment, same thing, and gear, same thing. Well, except there's only one tier of that, but that's fine. Okay, so let's go to camp upgrades. This is your kind of your tech tree, as it were. So normally it costs labour to get these upgrades, but some do require actual items as well, actual resources. Some even require you to have a farm or radiator or workshop built first. This has been a bug since I've actually used this particular version. Obviously I don't actually have a workshop yet. You don't get one straight away, so there's actually a bit of a bug there. It's not actually built yet. It's early access. Missions. This is what show you what missions you're currently on. Locations. This will show you all the locations you've discovered. Construction. This will show you what you can actually construct. So as you can see, living quarters. This will increase the amount of max population. As you can see, this is going to need one wood and one fabric and 125 labour. So and you got other stuff as well, and so on and so forth. Very important to get those done as soon as you can. Tasks. Now this is probably where you'll spend the majority of the time, is actually assigning tasks to your population. So first thing we are going to want to do is hunt, but you can also scout for new locations, and you can also fortify your base. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and deploy one survivor to try and get some food. Next phase. Okay, mission finished. Was it success? No. Squad reports that mission was failed. That's fine. That's not very surprising. Chance of success has actually just increased, probably because of the time of day. Let's go ahead and... we actually got 2 food that time. Fantastic. So, you do consume food each day, depending on the amount of survivors you have. So, that food will probably last me 5 days. Now what we can also do is we can also go ahead and scout for a new location. We're going to go ahead and do that because it's going to be night time soon. Generally you don't want to scavenge during night because it's hard as fuck. Not hard as fuck, but it's a bit tedious sometimes to go out at night. So there we go, mission finished. Looks like we didn't actually find anything. Yeah, that was a fail, that was unfortunate. Let's go ahead and try again. That's a 61% chance. And we did find new location. Fantastic. Okay, so let's crack on to the real-time aspects of it. This is pretty cool. So you'll automatically have access to 2 sites: Woodsfield Centre and Skyway. So Woodsfield Centre is pretty much the standard, go into a city, try and scavenge what you can. And as you can see, there's a decent amount of residential and industrial loot, and there's quite a low amount of military loot. That's to be expected. There's not a lot of zombies. It's pretty easy. The zombies that you do come across, you can probably sneak past. And it's the perfect place to actually start when you're actually starting off. Skyway is the exact opposite. There's a lot of Zeds, but there's to actually counteract that. There's a lot of loot, a lot of good loot. I've actually played this. I've actually played Skyway quite a few times. The 2 times I've done it, I've earned nearly 2,000 experience, which is 2 lots of stats, which is quite cool. And I also managed to get a lot of weaponry and ammo. But you do need a lot of ammo and weaponry before you even go there to start off with. So we're going to go ahead and start off in Woodsfield Centre. Also, your discovered locations, you can go there as well. I tend to not do that because generally these areas don't have as much items as going to the sites do. So that's what we're going to do first. Okie dokie. So we're going to travel. There's a loading screen, and then we'll go into the third-person action side of things. Now, I will apologise because the game will look ugly because I've put it on low, but it's either that or it's going to be really bad frame stutters, which, you know, honestly, I'd rather have higher frames than it look beautiful and not work at all. Okie dokie, so here we are, we spawned in. Fantastic. I'm still getting slight. It's got to be them smoke particles that's causing drops. But at least I'm not dropping to 10 frames a second. At least it's only dropping to 40 now. Right then. So we got an iron bar. Fantastic. Let's just go over the UI. So as you can probably tell, much like most similar survival games, you got a food meter and a hydration meter. You've got your health meter. It also shows you what you got equipped currently. This is your stamina bar, so this will go down as you start sprinting. So as you can see, you walk pretty slow, and as soon as you press sprint, it starts to go down. You can actually press sprint again, and it will go into a jog. This is probably what I did the most because it does allow you to regain your stamina. Now the bar at the bottom is your fatigue with melee. So as you'll soon find out, as soon as I actually enter melee and start whacking thin air, you can see that the bar's going down. So yeah, obviously the further down that is, the less damage you'll do, etc, etc. So let's go ahead and actually bash some zombies. I want to go and bash some zombies. There's actually quite a lot of zombies. There's usually less than this. Okay. So you got to enter melee phase and then go whack and then go whack. So the melee system is actually kind of cool because it's not just spam left click to win like most kind of games like this. You actually can do combos, as you saw there. So by pressing left click once, you just do a quick hit. By pressing right click, you do a heavy hit. You can combo these. So for example, if I was to spam left, it would actually do 3 quick hits. If I was to spam left and right, it would do that and then do a powerful roundhouse attack. You can also do the opposite. You can do right and left for a quick one like that, which is really cool indeed. Nowadays they'll probably add more stuff to the melee system, but I actually kind of like it. The thing that took me a while to get used to was actually getting into the melee stance, because as you can see, if you try and melee, you actually can't. You have to go into the melee stance. But no, it's fine. The actual melee system can seem a tad bit unresponsive at times, in that you will continue to hit the way you are facing, even if you move the camera. If that's intentional, then I actually don't mind, because I suppose that's a tad bit more realistic, because obviously if you mid swing going somewhere, then obviously the weight of your power won't just automatically switch place. It won't do that. So yeah, I get that. This is pretty cool. There we go. And as you can see, I'm getting quite a bit of experience from actually killing these. So that's fantastic. There is different types of Zeds. So as you see there, that's just the normal type of Z. There's also crawlers, which have quite a lot of health. Crawlers tend to also drop items as well on death, so that's pretty cool. And there's also a tanky one, a very tanky zombie. I have yet to kill him to see what rewards he has. He takes a lot of bullets. Usually new players would want to stay away from that particular Z. Hopefully we'll come across him eventually. But for now we are literally just scavenging, see what we can find. I know there's usually some decent stuff in this particular building usually. So we'll check this out. Here we go, here's the entrance. Let's just jump up here. Okie dokie. So what we got nice in here? Fuck all by the look of it. Sometimes you do, sometimes you don't. Oh, there's a pistol there. Fantastic. Finally got your first pistol. Okay, so this is a 9mm. It does 25 damage. It's got decent amount of durability. So yeah, stuff does have durability. The more you use it, the less the durability will become, and you can actually end up getting destroyed if you use it too much. The game also has kind of a not quite Diablo system, but it has got tiers. So it is possible to find stuff like legendary pistols and legendary rifles and legendary melee weapons. In fact, on one of my games previous to this, I actually found a legendary wrench. I was kind of chuffed because it was my first legendary, but it was also a wrench. I was like, oh dear. But it's nice to see that that's a thing. Because I enjoy stuff like that. I enjoy finding higher grade tiers of stuff like that. It's really cool. It adds a bit more depth to the exploration and scavenging and whatnot. So I'm glad about that. Currently climbing is not available. But I think in the Skyway you can actually climb on top of cars by using the action button. So that's pretty cool. We've got a zombie here. Aha! Now here there's usually some military loot, so we're going to definitely go ahead and check that. There we go. Jed. Oh shit! Actually took a bit of damage then. Oh my god. Okay, we got it. There we go. There we go. Alrighty then, so we have bookshots. Oh, I can't carry no more? Really? Moody low. Well, we'll eat the canned chicken then. Ooh, hello. Is that what I think it is? It's an M4A1. Fantastic. That's just what we need. Alright. I think it takes 5.56, so we can go ahead and reload that. Fantastic. We haven't got much ammo for it, but it doesn't matter. We will eventually get more ammo, so that's good. Okie dokie. So we're going to carry on and see what else we can find. Other than the small particles causing frame drops, the game is actually pretty well optimized for an early access. Jesus Christ. She took a beating, didn't she? Jeez. I need some health, and I haven't got no health items on me at all. God damn it. Okay, so. Is there anything in that truck? No. You probably noticed though that items don't really spawn inside of things, they tend to spawn outside of things. As you can see, there's resources here. It'd be kind of cool if you had to search through the cars, you know, kind of like 7 Days to Die style. But I can understand why. I mean, the thing is, currently the game is a single player game. The devs actually want it to become a multiplayer, more MMO style kind of. So I understand why that's the case, obviously, with items being spawned on the ground. Now, I was actually a bit concerned about that because, you know me, guys, I'm more of a single player kind of guy. So I was kind of concerned that whether the single player would actually still be the same when it comes out of early access. The devs are going to actually keep single player option, which is fantastic, absolutely fantastic. I love it when devs actually cater to the single player audience as well. That's absolutely fantastic. I've got a metal pipe there. Nope. Alright. I'm actually kind of worried how they're going to implement the MMO aspect though, because the game is half real time and half turn based. So I'm kind of on the sea about how they're going to go ahead implementing about that. So I don't know. I'm going to eat that. I'm going to take them bandages. I'm going to use them. There we go. Fantastic. We need to find a backpack very quickly. It's granola bar. We don't need that. Alright. We are running out of space here, and really I could probably do with more resources than anything else, but we're not finding them. We're not finding the proper resource. These ones that I've been picking up, these are generic materials. These can range from anything from nails to wooden planks to metal scraps, even stuff like detergent and shit like that. I don't think it's detergent, I think it's something else, but you know what I mean. It's just generic stuff like that. And those actually stack in the same slot, which is really nice. The major resources unfortunately don't stack. So if I was to find another wood one, I would have to make some room for it. So inventory management at its finest. Oh, there's a fuel resource here. God damn it. Alright. I think what we'll do is we'll I think we'll get that bookshop and we'll pick that up. I need to find a backpack. There's a few residential houses here that I'm sure might have some sort of backpack, so we'll go ahead and look for that. There's an ironworks in here as well, and more materials. Fantastic. Let's see. Nothing in there. God damn it. Let's get this up. But as you can see, I mean, the game has a lot of potential to even surpass that of Ford Zombie. Although Ford Zombie does have more of an RPG emphasis on it. This one doesn't have as much, but as you can see, it's already shaping up to be a pretty nice game. The devs have actually been very open to the community as well. I actually asked about stuff like the randomization, the world generation and stuff, and I actually got an answer within like an hour of asking it, and they are very, very responsive to the community, so that's pretty cool. That's the tank Z I was on about. Those take a shitload of damage, so we don't want to piss him off. Can we get round the back here? No. I'm going to go ahead and return to camp because I'm not going to be able to get past that without alerting him. So as you can see, there is a countdown timer. That's to stop you from combat logging. Obviously, that's going to probably be there for when multiplayer comes as well. Okie dokie. So, survivors in your camp are waiting for you and to leave them once more, and we found a lot of stuff. As you can see, we got 2 plastics, 2 oil, 3 metal scraps, 2 planks, 1 frames. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, so now that we've got some stuff, we actually can't make anything yet. We need more metal. So after you've done the real-time aspect, you've got a resting period of 5 turns. If you die when you're out scavenging, you then have the wounded status, which requires you to wait 15 turns. So that's quite a long time. So death is kind of penalised quite a bit. So try not to die. Too much. Anyway, we're going to go ahead and send our population out to go ahead and get this. Chance of success is 95, so that's pretty good. Hopefully we'll get some nice stuff. Oh, we got a new event here. Let's check out that. Dysentery. Oh dear. 80% of population is ill. 80% of 1 is 1. Well, actually, it's 0.80. But you get what I mean. So that's not good. We got some meds anyway, so that's not too worrying yet. Mission complete. It was complete, and apparently we got fuck all. Really? Really? That's not good. Anyway, I just remembered we need to plonk these in storage. There we go. That's unfortunate. I was hoping we'd get some from that. Alright, let's focus on food until we can get our resting back up. So it looks like we did actually... No, we failed. God damn it. Let's try again. Let's try again. We failed again. God damn it. I'm going to keep going until we actually get a success at this because we need food. Really? RNG gods are not smiling on me today. They're smiting me. Oh my god. Now, if you have more population, you can actually send more. You can send a group. And that would actually increase your chance of success as well. So, bear that in mind. I think we did. No, we didn't. Okay. Since we can deploy now, I'm going to go ahead and do that. I'm actually going to go ahead and put a cut in here. We are going to be making this into a mini-series because I'm enjoying this game too much. So I'll see you later, guys.